So today, we're gonna talk about toners, and for most guys, I know a lot of us, toners aren't really kind of a thing that we're known to put on our face. When I first started out with these, I kind of wondered why people bought water with some things inside of it and spritz it on their face. Not really sure still kind of why we do it, but I will tell you that it definitely feels good. And I think it's actually helped out my skin a bit. The two toners that I'm looking at today are tea tree water and breath of fresh air. Now, again, for most guys, I don't. Oh, I actually have my little one there too. I actually got another little tea tree water just to have because this one's starting to run out. Again, toners are always kind of been my weird one. I just never kind of knew how to review this. I kind of wondered always what they were for. But what I've noticed is that from using this for the past little while is that I've been using strictly mostly the tea tree water. I've used Breath of Fresh Air quite a bit in the past in a smaller bottle. And I'll talk about that in a second. But with this one, I've noticed that it's definitely cleared up my skin. My skin is relatively oily. I have to try and keep things going, and a lot of times after a workout or during the course of the day, I do kind of like feel like my skin's kind of oily and stuff like that. I will be honest that I only use this about twice a day. I will use it in the morning after I've used a cleanser on my face or I've used Kalamazoo, anything that goes on my face. So after I'm done showering, I'll get out, dry myself off, and then I'll put a little bit of this on before I head out for work. Go throughout the day, feel really good. Then about before nighttime in the evening, I come home and I spray this a little bit. After doing a little bit of research, a little bit of reading, a little bit of looking at stuff on YouTube, they talked about it being good for oily faces. So it says close your eyes tightly and spritz directly onto the face or onto a cotton pad. I've never used a cotton pad or a wipe to weigh any dirt. I know a lot of people that have direct messaged me. They said that it's fantastic for that. I just spritz it on and I leave it there and I still enjoy it. So I have really like that. Again, on the side, it does say action of grapefruit improves skin tone and works wonders for oily skin. I will say that this has helped me out. This has definitely been kind of a really good one to help me out with the oily skin. I do feel like the past month or so that I've been using this twice a day, my skin doesn't feel so oily. It doesn't feel so dry. Again, most of you know I do live in Canada, where right now we're dealing with minus 40 degrees. So it is very cold. So this has definitely been a really nice little helper. So definitely, I would recommend this. I obviously I've ordered another one, so I just kind of like to have one as I'm going along. I might forget every so often to put some on, and that's one thing I have noticed is that when I do forget to use it, I'll feel by about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the afternoon that my skin, my face on my skin is feeling really dry. So I definitely do notice when I don't use it. If that makes any sense. But I have enjoyed using this one a lot, and as you can see, or hear, it's getting low, so I'm really happy that I got this one. Now, talking about tea tree water, I would recommend to guys that feel like they have oily skin, like feel like the oil is kind of piling up. Again, feeling like you can put it on, wipe it away, wipe the dirt off, totally fine. But also you can use this just to kind of put on your face and let it go for the rest of the day. I felt that it's helped me, which has been good. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this one for anybody who feels that they have oily skin. Now, moving on to Breath of Fresh Air. This one has been kind of it's been in my collection. It's come back. This is definitely one that I've used more in the summer. I remember I bought a bottle of this, a smaller bottle, during the summer last summer before. I've had a bottle of this, and I really enjoy using this one during the summer. Mostly because this one has like the aqua seawater. It's got a whole bunch of ingredients in here, but what I find is it's very cooling on my face. It says on the front, it actually says treat your face to cooling aloe vera, soothing rose, and clarifying herbs, expertly blended for smooth, balanced skin. I will definitely agree with that. It will give you It'll give you a cooling feature. I don't think it would help as much with the oily skin as tea tree water would, but Breath of Fresh Air is more the cooling factor. I remember during the summer, I kind of got a little bit of a sunburn on my shoulders from being outside, and I put a little bit of this stuff on it. It wasn't a major sunburn, but a little sunburn, and it actually helped with the aloe in it. It actually helped cool off the sunburn, and it felt actually really good. So I would use that. The other time I used this is when I'm traveling. So if I'm on an airplane, if I'm traveling back and forth, most of you know that if you travel and you use air travel, being up in the air, the pressure in the cabin, just being on a plane can wreak havoc with your face, the oils and all that kind of stuff. I didn't use it obviously on the plane because sometimes we're not allowed to use this stuff on planes, but I used it before and I used it after I got off the plane. I definitely noticed the difference in letting it cool off my face. So this one definitely is a staple for the summer. I always like to keep this one. This one I've got a little bit left, and I'm gonna start using this one now that this one's kind of been using up. But I will use this more. And again, because we live in Canada, it's always nice to have something that'll kind of keep you hydrated during our cool months. So this one, people with oily skin definitely would recommend this one. This one, mostly for the summers. I wouldn't say this one's going to help with the oily skin or if you're looking for the magic cure for your face or anything like that. But this one definitely cools you off, keeps your face fresh. It just makes you feel good, which is obviously what Lush does, which is awesome. So anyways, that is my toner review. I don't know if it's answered any questions or, led anybody to go out and buy any. But this is just how it's worked for me, and just everyday use, normal guy, just kind of doing his thing. And yeah, so definitely we'll keep this one around, this one for the summer. So anyways, that's kind of my thoughts on the two toners, Tea Tree Water and Breath of Fresh Air. And hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And if you used toner water, let me know how you guys use it. You can message me in the DMs or leave a comment. And yeah, so have a good rest of your day. See you soon.